The academic conference is the foundation of the fourth philanthropy conference that is taking place here in Senegal. We started this in 2019 as a movement that brings together a couple of partners from across the continent that include Trust Africa, the Southern Africa Trust, the Harvard Center for African Studies, Higher Life Foundation, the African Philanthropy Forum, the East Africa Philanthropy Network, and the Africa Philanthropy Network. And the idea was to start discussing the state of philanthropy in the continent from a practitioner's point of view. Over a couple of about 2 or 3 years, we realized that we needed to introduce an academic foundation to the conference. And that's because we started producing a number of knowledge products on the state of African philanthropy and social investment in the continent. This is our second iteration of the academic conference, and we see it as adding lots of value to the debates, to the narratives, as well as to the knowledge around African philanthropy, which normally comes from practitioners. The participation so far has been very great given the evolution from the first academic conference that took place in Johannesburg last year, where we looked again at the data, the narratives around philanthropy. And this year we are using the academic philanthropy to help us think through around the theme, which is philanthropy at an inflection point. It is important to think about the capacity that academic institutions, centers, and researchers bring to the state of philanthropy. So firstly, one is we just don't have enough data and knowledge on philanthropy. So it is important to work closely with academic institutions and researchers to give us that knowledge. Secondly, we don't have enough theorization around the state of philanthropy in the continent, its contribution, its value, but also its proposition. And only through academic conferences of this nature are we able to theorize what is happening out there. Then thirdly, we also don't have enough connection between practice and theory and policy. And we want to use this opportunity around holding an academic conference, but also building relationships with institutions that study philanthropy to help us understand the role that philanthropy plays in policy formulation, but also vice versa, how policy influences philanthropy so that it contributes to development in the continent. So it is important, therefore, to link research, knowledge, data, and practice, because it leads to sustainable solutions on development through philanthropy.